Hi, welcome to this video. We've built ourselves the next generation of Xerolinux, so the beta version, right? Anything called beta or dev, right? Know that it is beta and know that it's dev, meaning some of the things might not work, right? It's just a general information, not about Xerolinux at all. So what I want to do is test, because we have been talking about the future of Xerolinux and SDM and ArchLinux tool, and it, of course, a spin-off like this, it has just to work. We are providing 9 ISOs as support already, and Xerolinux is one of them. So how do we get things rolling? This is, well, let's look around, right? Sudo pacman. So you know already, it's an Arch-based system. Yes, that's it. Now the password has been made a little bit more difficult, so I have to rethink every time. Say, okay, this needs to be a little bit more complex, a little bit longer than I'm used to. But now you know, core, extra, community, multilib, ISO repo is there because it's a beta version. The official version does not have that. Xerolinux repo, XL, and NVIDIA. Okay, cool. Where's ArcoLinux? It's not there. It's separate, right? It's its own and identity, its own distro. How do I get the ArcoLinux tool then? Well, there are AUR helpers. There's Yay, there's Paru, and there are so many more. And they will die, and they will come up. New guys will come up, etc. Right? So you just follow. I have Yay at my disposal, and I'm gonna get ArcoLinux tool from the AUR. As long as it's there, it's fine. If it's not there, there's an alternative, and that's going to the ArcoLinux info website. Maybe we should just show you already, or maybe we should do it already. Doesn't really matter. Both of them will work just fine. ArcoLinux.info. Main site, information website, that's where we say, hey, it's time to release. So in a few weeks time, beginning of July, we'll release ArcoLinux XL, XS, XS, LTS, D, and just 1B, Plasma, because he's new. And then we scroll down and we see here Spices application. So anything based on Arch, our packages can go on it. Install our ArcoLinux packages on any ArchLinux based distro. Download it here. Basically, that's an application. You download it, you click it, folder is open. You got this folder here, ZST. The way it looks is just the terminal. It's the choice of themes. All right, let's continue. So you've got this star ZST thing, and then open terminal. And you say, I am going to install it. Who? You. You are going to install it. So you type you. And then something. Well, not twice. Once is enough. And you have this application that's on your system, which is going to create, difficult password. I'll do this several times. Now, it's in my fingers, right? It's installed, meaning I have something called ArcoLinux Spices. I can launch it like that. I can launch it via the menu up here. And then again, the difficult password. Voila. And you just see what's going on. Done. Update now. All right. So done is done, meaning we can close everything. We can close everything. We can close everything. Or we have built it like this, right? Or we do 1 and we say 1 and the thing just gets everything that it needs, and you have that one, and that's coming from the AUR. And you will say, hey, ArcoLinux repo does not exist. Think, right? You are an ArchLinux user. Pacman needs a database. Database file is not there, meaning sudo pacman -s get me the database. That's just database getting. Updating is something else. That's a U for update. So see that you know all the man Pacman, right? read. It's all in here. Sit down, take time, read. So we've got ourselves the repos of ArcoLinux, meaning -s, and this is why I'm here. ArchLinux tweak tool. At this time, the dev version and the other one are the same. So voila. You see that the chaotic keyring comes in as well, mirror lists, Endeavor, meaning we just opened up our vision to the world. We can install packages from Garuda, chaotic. We can install packages from Endeavor OS. We can install packages from ArcoLinux, from ArchLinux, and then the rest is AOR, right? All that as well, if you just type it in. So that's all set. And these guys are the ones we're supporting. Of course, ArchLinux, ArcoLinux, Kali, ALCI, Arizer, Endeavor OS, Garuda, Manjaro, and of course, Xerolinux. All right. You launch the application via ArchLinux tweak tool. There it is, nicely icon, and off it goes. Difficult password. You can change the password if you like afterwards. Voila. So here we are. The idea of the ArchLinux tweak tool is, here it is, support, a new little button. Big thanks to Brad Havernan, who was the driving force behind the ArchLinux tweak tool. Well, actually, back then it was called the ArcoLinux tweak tool, right? But now our vision is broader, anything Arch. After his departure, Cameron Percival and Eric Dubois kept developing this easy and efficient tool. You can receive support via the Discord channel, that's down here, right? If you have questions and you're not part of the, about this application in particular, of course, right? You can just come and join us on the Discord channel and give us a screenshot. This is happening on my machine. You can support the project with providing code, somebody already had, thanks Thomas. Fixes, ideas, put them all on GitHub. You can give support via donations, money. Nowadays, the goal of the app is to bridge, and that's an important sentence, to bridge all ArchLinux based systems. I want this tool to be the tool to just navigate. It doesn't matter if I start with ArcoLinux or ALCI or Arizer. I have an operating system based on Arch. I have pieces, puzzles, elements, applications, configurations, and I just click, 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 and it's there. And it's back to business or back to fun, right? It's just an operating system based on Arch. So the right setting, the right config, the right application at the right place. It's all about knowledge and the easy way to do it. So here is the link to the donations, link to the GitHub, the Patreon, PayPal, and Discord. Support, so just ask and we'll see what we can do. So if you want to install, and that's one of the things, right, why the ArchLinux tweak tool is so much fun, you can install any of these guys that we have. And lately, you know that lately I'm all the time on LeftWM since January 2022. Hello, Mr. Axer. I've been on there, right? Forgot to shut down all the communication channels here. And that's the fun. Just choose whatever you want. Have it available on Manjaro, on Arizer, on anything you like. And say, okay, bye. I want to switch from time to time, and people are like that. We all are like that. We want to have a choice to switch to XFC or to Mate or anything we like. Just a quick switch and difficult password. And yeah, I have some change, or how do you say that? I have some difference. Not always the same thing every morning in the same operating system as we're used to for work, right? But no, definitely something. Oops, what am I doing here? I'm just clicking things away without reading it. So I'm gonna cancel all of this. And this is your left WM. Control T. Excuse me. Not that Control T. I want to stick in a virtual machine. Control T in here. And I'm still on Xerolinux. Left WM. Bash. Alacrity. Cherry JDK. Beautiful, right? A beautiful system. With the choices of the developer. Your choices if you make the distro. Of the icons, of the themes, of the coloring, of the wallpaper. You name it, it's your thing. So, Super Shift D, what's important? On tiling window managers, I really like you to try it out, but you got stuck in these things, right? What should I do? Things to remember are Super, which is Windows key, Enter. Super Shift, Enter, which is Sonar in most cases. Super Shift D is the D menu, launching Firefox for you. Super Q, closing something that's active, right? In this case, in this coloring scheme, the pink thing is active, so Super Q is gone. And last but not least, getting out of it, back to Plasma, Super X. And now we have this beautiful application from ours that's available. And there's so many things available. I mean, it's just beautiful. I'm gonna choose something else. I don't know. I'm looking actually for one that's not there, is it? I'm gonna take rooms then. Save settings. There are all other themes. There are more themes available. All right. Okay, now back to the ArchLinux tweak tool. One of the things I had to dive into the code for, password, is, yep, one more. Follow. Is the fact that this is all good. Desktop we've changed, right? There's so many more to choose. Fine. Fixes gonna work. Fix set main screen gonna work. All gonna work. Fine. Grub thing. The grub thing. So at this point in time, there is no grub. Well, there is a grub, but there is no choice in wallpapers. So if you want to change the grub theme, we have the Vimix theme available on the AOR. We've styled it or vamped it or erased it, whatever you want to call it. It's ours now, right? And we can do things with it. You can say, apply the Vimix theme, that's one thing. So install is one thing, apply the second thing. Choose and apply wallpaper if you like, right? One of the things I've added, which I'm actually quite happy with, is just a dark background, right? It's professional. It's slick. Has this nice glow to it. I don't know. Anyway, so just choose and apply wallpaper, or choose any of the thousands of wallpapers that you have. Import image. Click import. So our grub has changed. Has it? Quit ATT. Super X or reboot. And we'll have a look. Taking its while, so I'm going to do a Control R. That you can do that. Oh, that was too fast. Sorry, guys. Voila, you saw the black thing. It really is nice and neat. It's. I like it very much. And by default, we're back in Plasma. If I wanted to change that, then you change it. ArchLinux tweak tool. Difficult password. Da 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 da. So the grub, check, login. This is the one I need to program again. So we can apply the SDM configuration from ATT. That's normally not necessary anymore. But this is for anything else, right? If the ones that we're not supporting yet, that's to be sure that the SDM is divided in two pieces. We say it up here. We need SDM.conf to be there. We need KDE settings conf to be there. We're following basically the Plasma setup, KDE setup. And it's, well, you can have many things, many choices again in this department. So this is how we do things. Now, if you want to auto login into Plasma, that's fine. Into left WM, that's maybe better. A theme, these are the themes, but there are so many nice themes from ArcoLinux. So if you install the missing SDM themes, if of course the ArcoLinux repos are active, right? Pacman, if the ArcoLinux repos are active, you can install them. That's the only thing you have to keep in mind, of course. And then you choose, right? Futuristic, let's take that one again. And then a cursor, choose a cursor. We use the Vibata cursor, we kind of like that one. We can install that one as well. And go for the modern ICE. But remember what you're doing. You're changing the login manager. That's not this. This is not the login manager, this is Plasma. This is the greeting screen, the login screen. Display manager, it has many names. But that's where you set it to be Vibata Modern ICE, not here. Okay? And then we apply the settings. If you are switching between two things, then maybe you need to enable it. In this case, you don't need to enable it. Nothing changes, nothing breaks if you enable it. It was already enabled, so there is no need to do it. But I'm just mentioning it because, right, you can switch between login manager. Okay, this is the test, right? For me, this is the test. This is why I've built the video. This is why I've built the ISO and made all these videos. That's the test. Let's take a look. Let's take a little bit more time to look at how clean it looks. And if it's on a full screen, I mean, 1920 to 1080, it's nice, it's beautiful. Voila. There you go. Auto login, left WM, and I'm good to go. This is something else. This is the KGPG assistant. So no, cancel. I'm not interested. If I want to have another theme, let's go there as well. LTA, cha, upall. That seems to work, right? Upall is something that exists, but my password isn't okay. Control C, I'm typing. Yeah, shh. Get out. Okay, I'm killing it. CP. What am I pointing at? What am I trying to tell you? There's something missing. What's missing? ArchLinux tweak tool. Difficult password. Aha. 10 minutes left to unlock. So you see what you can do, right? With all these passwords, let's reboot and change that password altogether. Maybe, right? Let's get rid of something else as well. Close, power off, cool. So Xerolinux KDE, get rid of the ISO. So when you boot up, you see immediately what you need to see. This. And then the password. So, what was it again? Password for Eric. I rarely do this. So probably making mistakes here. Current password is this long thing, and the use password is Eric. So sudo pacman -syyu. Whoa, no, just happened to come in, all kind of things. Kwin, there's a new Kwin out. Allez, go for it, my friends. All right, so I wanted to type things in that did not exist on Xerolinux. Why? Because we make bash RCs and aliases, and they're our own. You'll probably have your own bash RCs as well. Small password. Cool. Shells. So let's see if we forgot something. Okay. We have access to the Xerolinux repos. We have now access to the Nemesis repo. We have now access to the Endeavor OS. We have now access to the Xerolinux repo. It's simple as that, right? And then you just go for a sudo pacman or an update. Let's see, update. Voila. The alias exists, and here we have all the databases in the new databases. All of this is available. You want to see something graphical? There is the sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux pamac all application. That's straight from Manjaro. All the icons will work, and in this case it's already in here. There is something in here owned by libpamac. So if I want to install it on here, I'll have to change my package build to tell get rid of libpamac, because it conflicts with my libpamac, right? That's how you make package builds, but that would lead too far. So privacy, voila, pacman. Privacy is just great, right? It's another way of encountering the internet. There's less obstructive, invasive advertising and all that, tracking, cookies, whatever you want to call it. It's your system just changed considerably. And check out the ArcoLinux.com website. There is an HBlog article there. But what I'm getting at is the bash. Where's the CP? Where's the normal things? Like RIP, for example, is not found. We are at this point in time on bash. It's all about choices. Again, bash, ZSH, and fish. Now with Dark Zero, we've made the agreement where we don't show the ZSH because he has his own applications, and that's these things we need to discuss these things, right? We can't provide the same or similar services. It needs to be without conflicts to the user. The end user shouldn't be concerned with that. It's basically the choice of the developer. So the ZSH is not in here. You'll have the application from Xerolinux. But what if I want to have, in this case, bash and bash completion are already installed. Nothing to do here. But override your bash RC with the ATT bash RC. Now, overwriting sounds horrible, right? But there is already a backup here. There is already a backup here. So once you install the ArchLinux tweak tool, the first thing we do is make backups of all the files you can affect. There is always a reset button. So basically this thing and this thing should be the same. So on ArcoLinux we do right mouse click and then we compare. And we see that it's the same thing. So this is the bash RC. It's opened with, what is this? Help, Kate. and you scroll down. These are the aliases. Now many of them are the same. Well, yeah, and many of them are new, also true. And probably everyone has his own their own aliases. And what we suggest on ArcoLinux is make one that's called personal, and link that one. Link the BashRC to the personal one so that everything gets loaded up the way you like. But we want to have a similar solution and say, okay, override your BashRC with the ATT BashRC, install the ATT BashRC configuration. And now things changed. He immediately says enable auto reload. That's a good idea to do. We'll never again warn about disk changes, but always reload. Sounds good, sounds interesting. And this is the ATT BashRC aliases and configurations. Now it needs a lot of applications like the RIP long, uses XPack and other things. So in here, suddenly we have the LTA, the left theme apply. Okay, left theme apply, Control A, LTA, LT update first. We're updating all our themes for left WM, and we're going to install one. Install, which I am most of the time these days. I'm on Nemesis. So that's the last creation, and mostly, right, you're happy with the latest, the last creation. So it's going to git clone everything, looking for on the internet, depending on how fast GitHub is. It's gonna get my things, and then when I'm gonna, after installation, I'm gonna apply it. And voila, we've got now ourselves this beautiful setup. Firefox is launched with these icons up here, Discord, Telegram, making a picture, etc., etc. All the workspaces are here available. This is my setup for the ISO builder. Okay, so suddenly with these changes of BashRC, I am in full control. I have the equivalent of an ArcoLinux installation because it's all ArchLinux, and it is a config here, a change there, and you're up and running, and you're happy again. And that's what we like to achieve with the ATT. So done. Let's keep out of that. This is interesting. There's a new thing extra. Select them all. If I move about on anything ArcoLinux based, I need to get these things in, because rate mirrors is something we use, or the probe command that we use, right? Hardware probe, downgrade, bat, paru, yay. I just made a simple click here, select them all, boom, and it's going to be installed, all of them. If, of course, the repos are active and you can find everything, then suddenly a RIP will work. So these are the things I've installed last: bat, paru, bin, riprap, Firefox, ublock, hblock, and all the rest was already there. Easy peasy. Sudo pacman -s, no confirm needed. That's it. What else? We were here, workspace 1. Terminal is, we have to change something as well. For the guys who are at the Xerolinux, there was a code, the BashRC back. We're gonna open that with Kate. There was a code that you should get rid of. It was something about clear pipe neofetch. Just use neofetch and update the BashRC and the ZSHRC with the tool that's provided from Xerolinux. So there is a tool called Xerolinux, and you can update. It was in various system configs, shell configuration, this one, switch to ZS, no, not that one, that's switching, updating. There was an update back. You'll find it, you'll know it better than I. But there is an update ZSH update bash somewhere, and I thought it was here. Shell configuration. Here it is. Update bash rc ZSH rc. So if you've done that, you'll see that there is no problem whatsoever. And then you can use, then you can use as well ArchLinux tweak tool. Yeah, small password. I'm in control. That's the idea, right? ATT is about staying in control. ArcoLinux is about staying in control. Your operating system based on Arch. Have fun. Neofetch. Use lolcat. Click. Now lolcat is something. It's fun. It's nice, right? It's colorful. It's for a screenshot. Awesome. But that's all it is. It's nothing more than that. Choose. And there's so many more. Depending if you have the ArcoLinux repositories on, it will be able to find it and to use it. So always think about that. If you install i3, awesome, or Qtile, you can change the themes here, and surely we'll add more in the future. And if you are in this desperate need of creating a user, we just followed more or less the layout of Plasma, because many of these desktops, I'm actually a bit amazed, they do not provide it out of the box. Not XFCE, not Mate and all these guys, but Plasma is the only one that provides it. So we do as well with this tool. If you need to create a user, being it a normal user or a standard user, or an administrator, right? Click, 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 apply, done. Voila, I'm through the testing, meaning I'm happy with it. The code works just fine on Xerolinux. And these are just other themes that you can select for the various terminals that you could use. Right, it's always about choices. We're on Plasma, so it's gonna be Console and Yakuwaki, for example. F12, that's a good thing. F12, drop down. It all depends what we use, what we made as a choice on ArcoLinux, right? In this case, because F12 does something for us. F12 is a drop-down menu. It could be Guwaki, it could be Yakuwaki, it can be XFCE4 terminal, and that's basically a decision that you have to make. And since we have a lot of stuff from XFCE anyway, right? XFCE4, that's what we do anyway, not here. This is Xerolinux. We say, okay, with tuner and all that, so why not use XFCE4 terminal? So many themes for it, really there are. XFCE4 terminal, voila. And then suddenly F12 comes to life. This is F12, we better boot up again, and that will be nice, but voila. So good. I'll leave you at this. I mean, there's not much to test besides all these things, but you're on Plasma, right? So keep SEM. Sounds about right. And all the rest just works. Have fun with Xerolinux. Have fun with the ArchLinux tweak tool, and learn and stay in control of your operating system. All right. Cheers.